Alright, so this is the second part or the second section of my basic hair regimen routine that I'm just verbally sharing what I typically do with my hair, and later I will go into detail explain exactly what I do and show the videos, show clips and all together. With that being said, let's move on to the second part. And as a disclaimer again, I am looking at my iPad down. So if I'm looking on my lap, that's the reason. I had explained my pre-day oiling, pre-wash day oiling, where I use amla oil on my hair and scalp. And I had explained my pre-poo, how I divide my hair into two big sections and then three sections here, three sections there. I use pattern steamer to detangle a section. So one section essentially is half, essentially one, two, three section, one, two, three section, and I take a section and I split that section into two. So altogether, when I am detangling my hair, it's going to end up being 12 sections altogether. So cause like the three here and the three there, I will split each three into two and then comb it with, go through with my fingers, and then I will go in with the pattern steamer that I talked about, and then after I will go in with my unbrush. That is for my monthly hair wash, because what I do for my bi-weekly hair wash is different from what I do for my monthly hair wash. So for my monthly hair wash, I will divide it into I will divide each section, each one, two, three, each section into another halves. So I'll take that section, finger detangle. Again, I already have my African Pride pre-poo there. Finger detangle, going with my pattern steamer and going with my on brush. And after that, I will go to the other section. Again, spray aloe vera juice mixed with glycerin and panthenol. Spray it all over my hair and going with African Pride detangler, pre-poo detangler. Go in with my pattern steamer, and then I will go in with my on brush. Essentially, that's what I do. So I will do that, and when I am done with that section, I will then put it in braids. Again, one, two, three, one, two, three, and when I take one section, I split it into two. Detangle, clip it down. Take the other one, detangle, clip it down. And after I am done with that bulk section, I take it and put it in braids. So after I am done with detangling, I'm still going to end up with one, two, three, one, two, three, six big braids on my hair in total. If you are starting your natural hair journey, or if your hair is not really past mid-back length, you're probably going to need your hair probably would not fit into like three big braids. My hair is long enough to fit into three big braids, but I only started doing three big braids like last year. Prior to that, my hair was just too puffy, and I had mentioned before that my hair grows down now. My hair used to grow out typically like an afro, but now it went, since it's getting longer, it comes down a bit. Obviously, when I wash it out and I have no product in a store bag, so typically when I do a braid out, it comes down. That's what I mean. I wanted to clarify that. With that being said, because your hair, it's like if you don't have like waist length hair, or like if your hair's not like long, or if you're not mid back or like almost waist length hair, your hair is just going to be like going out, so it's going to be hard for you to just put it into three sections each side. Your hair will probably thrive more if you put it in like maybe like four sections at each side or six sections at each side. So do whatever section that works, that still keeps your hair in that braid and you're able to access it without having to necessarily rebraid it. I don't do twist. I don't wash my hair in jumbo twist because for some reason jumbo twist unravels when I'm washing it. Braids stays in place. So I prefer braids instead. So I go in after I am done pre-pooing and putting the detangling. I go in and put a plastic rubber over my head, right? Plastic rubber, and I leave that plastic rubber on for 15 to 30 minutes depending on how long or how much time I have. I might do 15 minutes, but if I have a little bit of time, I will do 30 minutes instead. All right, so after 30 minutes is up, I take off my plastic rubber bag, throw it away or keep it for my deep conditioner depending on what I do, but I might often throw it away. After that, I go into the actual hair washing to my actual shampoo. I first start with Head and Shoulders Royal, I think Royal Oils line. It's catered toward coily hair. It's supposed to be a moisturizing shampoo, but Head and Shoulders has traditionally been had traditionally had sulfates in there, so I prefer to use that first. Again, that works for me. People like to use that second or third, but I personally prefer to use my Head and Shoulders Royal Oil line first. I use that to I use that on my scalp, and I use that on my ends, the rest of my hair as well. And so many people, I use grease, I use mineral oil, I use a lot of oil on my hair, I use a lot of butters, a lot of heavy products. I'm heavy handed with products, so I shampoo my hair multiple times than the average person. Maybe you can get a clarifying shampoo and that might be enough to get your hair clean after 1 or 2 washes, but I prefer to use the shampoos I am using. They each serve a purpose. Again, I have seborrheic dermatitis. I have eczema on my scalp, so I prefer to use shampoos that target that. So I start with Head and Shoulders moisturizing royal oil shampoo first. After I go in with that, then I go in with my either clarifying or detoxifying shampoo. Either clarifying or detoxifying shampoo. I'm saying that because currently I have 2 containers of shampoos from Secret. I have the white container. I think it's the hair and scalp scrub clarifying shampoo, and I have the detoxifying. It's a container blue container detoxifying shampoo. I essentially switch it around. So for this month, I will use the scalp scrubber, and for the next month, I will use the detoxifying shampoo. They both have chelating ingredients, and chelating ingredients essentially get rid of the hard water particles, such as I think they mentioned as iron, calcium, and all those other particles that are in your water, making it hard. It gets rid of it. So I use that once a month. I use them interchangeably. So I will go in that and I will scrub my hair. I scrub my scalp. I shampoo the strands of my hair. I know some people do not want to shampoo the strands of their hair, but I personally do because again, I'm heavy-handed with products. I shampoo my hair. I shampoo my scalp. I pay attention to my edges, and I shampoo. I do not scratch with my fingernails, just like the tips of my fingers. Rub. I do not use a scalp massager either. I just use my fingers. So scrub. And after I am done with that detoxifying or clarifying shampoo, I go in and I use my Nizoral shampoo. Nizoral is known to have I can't really pronounce that word, or I'm not remembering that word, but Nizoral is known to help with dandruff and seborrheic dermatitis if you have that. So I use that only on my scalp. I do not use that for the strands of my hair. I only use it for my scalp. I massage it on my scalp for like 2 to 5 minutes. I think that's what people have been saying. So I massage it on my scalp for a while, and then after that I rinse that out. It does not touch the strand of my hair, right? Of course it's going to touch some my roots and that part because I can't help it, but I try to be intentional and focus on my scalp alone, only my scalp, not the strands of my hair. By the way, the Head and Shoulders shampoo, I don't necessarily leave that in my hair for that long. I just wash it, ensure that I get as much residue that I can get out, and then I move on with my detoxifying shampoo. I like the lather. I like my shampoos to lather. Sometimes when you put the shampoo on your scalp and hair, you might have to add a bit of water to it before the lather comes. I prefer lather. I don't know, that's just a preference thing. It doesn't mean anything, because people have been saying that lather does not mean that your hair is necessarily getting clean. So that's what I do for my wash day. After I am done with Nizoral on my scalp to treat my seborrheic dermatitis, I will then move on to a moisturizing shampoo. I will move on to a moisturizing shampoo. I use that moisturizing shampoo as my last step in my hair washing day. I use a moisturizing shampoo, again, the same thing, So on average, it takes me about 15 to 30 minutes to wash my hair. That's because I suffer from a scalp fungus and dry scalp, and as a result, and I use mineral oil, grease, butters, leave-in conditioners, creams. I use a lot of things on my hair, so I need to ensure that I get every single thing out so that my scalp is clean, my hair is clean, and it is ready to absorb and receive all that moisture that I'll be coming in or going in with my deep conditioner. It is very essential to get all those residues out. A lot of people do not like mineral oil and grease, particularly because they just do not know that they're supposed to cleanse their hair well. They're afraid of it, and I am very heavy handed with it. A lot of people are like, just take a pea size or a penny size. I take a lot of grease and I put it in my hair. I have very high porosity hair. My hair is so high. What I mean by that is, I remember when I would go to Ghana, and the hairdressers would be like, your hair is dry. Like, your hair just dried after 10 minutes. Typically, you'll be at the salon, and they will turn off the light. Typical, and they will light to go out, the electricity light will go out, and when it will go out, you can't really go sit under the dryer, so they'll put me there, or I'll have to wait. And within 10 minutes or 15 minutes, my scalp, and the ends of my hair is literally almost dry if left alone. When I am done washing my hair, if I don't immediately go in with things, it is going to dry out. My hair is very high porosity. It's natural. Like, I used to be relaxed, but all of that has been cut off. Like, I've been natural since I started 2018, so I've been natural since, if we're going to be honest, since like 2019 all the way till 2026, right? So my hair is natural, but it's still prone to dryness. My hair is very dry, so as a result, I have to be very heavy. If I don't want to touch my hair for the whole week, I have to layer products. I layer products, and I get products that give me a lot of moisture, so that I do not have to go in, right, and re-moisturize as often as I can. I don't want to really go touch my hair. I typically will touch my hair once a week, but no more than twice a week would I go back in and re-moisturize my hair. Unfortunately, I am currently struggling with my scalp. My scalp gets so dry, and I'm trying to figure out the reason what in my routine is making my scalp dry. Like, for like 3 or 4 days after wash day, my scalp is typically fine, but by like the fourth or like the fifth day, my scalp becomes dry, and I probably would prefer if it could last me like a whole week before I go in and moisturize, but that has not necessarily been the case. So because I am very heavy handed with grease, butters, and all these things, I have to wash my hair well and get it all out and have a clean base to start. After that, if it is my monthly hair wash routine, monthly, and I wash my hair twice a month. So if it is my end of month sort of wash routine, I would then go in with my henna max. My henna max, I will show a picture my upcoming videos, but my henna max. Essentially, before I go in and I start my hair wash day, my pre-poo, I will first make my henna mask. So I don't necessarily measure, I go with the feel. I will take a few tablespoons of the henna powder, and I will mix it with my aloe vera juice. A lot of people like to make it liquidy, but I like a paste. I like the paste because I don't want it to be dripping down my scalp or my hair. I don't put henna on my scalp. I don't know, for some reason I used to do it, but I felt that my scalp was like hurting a bit after, so I don't do it. Something about that mixture is just not really nice for my scalp. Personally, I used to put on my scalp. I don't do that anymore. So I will mix it with aloe vera juice and cover it with a plastic bag and put it in somewhere where there's shade. And I will soak it. On the label, it says to soak it for 2 to 3 hours. I typically soak it for 3 hours. So whilst I am like soaking it, I will go about my business, do whatever I need to do in my house, clean whatever it is, whatever I need to do in my room or my home. I will get that done. And then after, I will go in and pre-poo my hair. When I pre-poo my hair, then I'll go in and wash it. Hopefully it will land right at the 3 hour mark. So by the time I come out from washing, shampooing my hair, I then go in, if it's my monthly wash, go in with my henna max. I apply my henna max as close to my scalp as possible without touching my scalp. I apply my henna max. I typically leave my hair in the braids. I wash my hair in the braids. So I'll apply my henna max whilst my hair is in that 6-section braids. I'll apply my henna max. And after applying my henna max, then I will cover it with a plastic wrap and some hair net and go about my business for 4 hours. I leave my henna max. It says to leave it for 3 to 4 hours. I leave it in for 4 hours. After 4 hours, I take off my max, my rubber, and go and wash out the henna max. After washing out the henna max, I move on to my deep conditioners. I mix jars of deep conditioners because I used to be a product hoarder. I used to hoard a lot of products, so I have a lot of products that I'm combining and using. A lot of chemists say not to do that per se, because you might not really be working with the you might be breaking the formulation of the product. I've not really had an issue with it, so if it isn't broken, don't try and fix it per se. So at this point, I'm trying to get rid of all the deep conditioners that I have. And after it's done, I'm going to narrow down on 1, maybe 2 or 3 deep conditioners that I will stay by or stick to, and nothing more. Maybe 4, but nothing more. So I'll go in with my deep moisturizing, moisture heavy deep conditioner. Currently, I use Shea Moisture's Honey Manuka. That one, a lot of people say it's bad or the formula has changed. I got it when the formula had changed, so I can't compare. I like it. It works on my hair. I mixed that with the TGIN, thank God it's naturals, honey deep conditioner, honey max. I mix those two together and I add in an oil. Currently I am using an oil by a church member friend of mine who started her hair care business. Her hair care business is Naya's Organics. It's very affordable and amazing. This is not sponsored, by the way, but her hair care is so affordable and so good. You know, she had given me a lot of like directed me towards my hair care journey when I first started. So when I found out that she was coming up with a hair care line, I knew it was going to be good and it served that purpose. So I used that oil and I mix it. I always like to mix my deep conditioners with oil and castor oil. I have castor oil with rosemary infused in it. So I mix that I got from Amazon. I mix that, apply it. At this point, I'm going to take my hair out of the braid that it's in, and then I'll apply my deep conditioner because I want every strand to get the deep conditioner. I will go in with that deep conditioner and I will ensure that I add oil on top of that, braid it up. Currently, the oil that I'm using is filled with a lot of silicones, which I don't have an issue with silicones, but it currently is. The oil that I use after I've applied my deep conditioner. So this is not the oil that I mix with my deep conditioners. This is the oil after I've applied deep conditioner to my hair strands. I go in with that oil on top. After that oil finishes, I am not going to buy it anymore because I have better options. Instead, I'm going to use either the Naya's oil or an oil I will make myself instead. So yeah, so I will add that oil to my deep conditioner, and this time around I will actually twist up my hair. I'm not going to braid it, I will twist it. So I will end up with 1 2 3 1 2 3 6 sections of big twist. I will then tie it to the back and then wear a plastic cap again over it. And I have a deep conditioning cap. It's plugged in, and I will put it on my head and I will leave it on for 30 minutes with heat. 30 minutes. and then after that I will get out and go and wash my hair. After I wash my hair, yes, the twist unravels, but this time around it's okay because my hair is really when I'm shampooing my hair, because I'm doing a lot of turn, wash, scrap and all of that. I like my hair to be in braids so it doesn't come apart. But when I'm deep conditioning it and I'm trying to wash out the deep conditioner, I'm not really maneuvering it that much, so like my twist doesn't always unravel. Sometimes it unravels, but at that time I am okay with that per se. Yeah, so after that, my final thing that I do for my hair wash day is that I go in with an aloe vera an apple cider vinegar rinse. So I will get an apple cider vinegar with the mother. Again, I don't measure, I just pour into a container a little bit, a little amount, and then I go in with water. I dilute it with water, a lot of water, and then I will rinse the whole of my hair, especially my scalp and my hair, with the apple cider vinegar water or rinse, diluted water, rinse. And after that, I will just wash my hair with warm water. Some people say wash it with cold water. Some people will say wash it with like very warm. I just stay with the same temperature throughout my hair wash day, warm water. So after I finish my apple cider vinegar rinse, my hair wash day is over. I get out, I dry my hair with a microfiber towel. I dry my hair and I move on to styling. For styling my hair, I go in with my aloe vera juice, glycerin, and panthenol mixture. I spray it all over my hair. At this point, I'm going to divide my hair into 9 sections. That's the protective styling I do, 9 braids. That's because I learned throughout the years that my hair does not like mini twist. My hair does not like mini braids. My hair does not like anything tiny. It is going to tangle up. It is going to knot up. It is going to break. My hair, I have high density hair or medium to high density hair, but I have fine strands. So I have medium to high density hair, but my individual strands are very fine. So I do not like mini twists and mini braids. I don't like that. That's what broke my hair a while back. A while back, I thought I had cracked the code with growing my hair 2 years back, but unfortunately, I hopped on the mini twist and mini braids bandwagon and I broke my hair off. Like every time I would take it out of that braid, the mini twist or mini braids, and my mini twist and mini braids were not even that mini, were not nowhere near that mini. It was like small, but not that small. And that broke off my hair. My hair did not like it at all until I stumbled upon someone's video and she was like, my hair do better when it is in big sections. So I was like, but how can I put my hair in big sections? How can I do it? And that's because when I would do the mini braids and mini twist, I would um go in and moisturize it once every week or every other day, and I don't want to retwist my hair every other day. But then I learned that if I could layer my products well, I could achieve 3, 4, maybe a whole week of moisture without having to take out my big braids. And if you do big braids, your scalp, as you guys can see, my hair is a bit frizzy. A lot frizzy. If you use glycerin and humectant and you have big sections, your scalp is going to get frizzier faster. And that is why I rebraid my hair. After all, it's in 9 sections. I rebraid it every week at least every week. Sometimes twice a week, but most of the times it's just once a week that I rebraid it. So yeah, so I will go in with my aloe vera juice. I have my head divided into 9 sections. So I have 2 at the back, 1, 2, 3 after, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 2 at the back, 1, 2, 3 in the middle, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 sections. So I will take a section going with my aloe vera juice, water with glycerin and panthenol, and then I will go in with my Camilla Rose. I love that deep conditioner. Currently, leave-in conditioner. Currently, it is one of the best out there. For me, I like that. I like that a lot. But there are others out there. I use my Camilla Rose. Oh, sorry. It's Camilla Rose, I think, Moisture Milk. Curl Love Moisture Milk. leave-in conditioner. That's what I use. I'm going to show all these products. I use it after I spray in my my aloe vera juice mixture. I go in with my leave-in conditioner. After I go in with my leave-in conditioner, the Camilla Rose one, I go in again with another. I layer a lot. I have a lot. I go in again with my Camilla Rose Honey Hydrate. I will also like to disclaim that I have a lot of products that I'm trying to get rid of, so I use all of them. I add all of them to my hair. When I am done using up all these products, I am no longer going to get these products again. So I will mention the products that I will no longer use in my videos and here as well. So I use Camilla. After I use the Camilla Rose Moisture Milk Leave-In Conditioner, I go in with Camilla Rose's um Honey Hydrate. I go in with Camilla Rose Honey Hydrate on top of that. I know some people say to use it before. What works for me is that I add it on top of my my leave-in conditioner. So I add the Honey Hydrate. And then after that, I go in currently, again, one product I'm using is by Naya's Organics. It's her leave-in conditioner. I use it because I got it and it's nice. So I add it as well, just a little bit, not that much. So, and same thing with the Camilla Rose, because all three of these products are sort of leave-in conditioners. I use I don't use that much of it, just a little bit, because I got the product, so I need to use it, right? So I add that, and then after that, I go in with Camilla Rose's I think guava slip souffle, if I'm saying it right. I got it because people were saying it was great. Being a product hogger, being a product hoarder, I went and purchased it just so now I have like 3 more containers that I need to use it somehow, right? I also can't afford to like go and get others, so I'm using what I have, so I add that as well. And then at this point, I go in with an oil. I go in with, I think it's Shea Moisture's bonding oil. I go in with that and a castor oil. I go in with an oil, right? I follow the LOC method because I have very high porosity. Liquid oil cream is what I follow. So after I go in with an oil, I then go in with my cream. I go in with She's Made leave-in butter. I prefer that because I have a lot of it and it really gives me long lasting moisture. And then I go in with Melanin Hair Care's twist elongating cream, because that helps my help. That's essentially what helps me with my braid out, make it look very luscious and very nice and weigh it down, because it has a lot of butters in there. So I use that. And finally, when I am done with that, I seal everything with Blue Magic hair grease and Softy hair grease. Softy hair grease, I focus that on my scalp, but I seal everything in with Blue Magic hair grease or some type of hair grease. I go on my scalp with chapter 2000 from Ghana. Chambers chapter 2000 is medicated. I have seborrheic dermatitis, so I use that for it. I tried not using that and leaving my scalp alone, and my scalp only lasted a day before I was scratching, itching, and going through a lot. And mind you, I'm trying to touch my hair once a week, at most twice. So chapter 2000 really helped me with my edges as much as it can and my scalp. So I use chapter 2000 on my scalp, and then after I will go in with excuse me, Softy hair grease, the Indian hemp one. I also have the hair food that sometimes I use. I sometimes I change products because I had them there and I use it. So I will add that to my scalp. I think throughout my routine, I use that through my scalp, and then I will braid it up, braid everything up. That is my styling routine. Braid everything up, and I should be good for like 5 days. I think by the 5th day or by the 4th day, my scalp becomes a bit dry. So I just got a new bottle, a new product that I'll show you, and I go in with a bit of my aloe vera juice and glycerin water, and I'll just like massage it into my scalp, not my strands, my scalp. Add a bit of grease, and I am good to go. That's essentially what I do. For my weekly maintenance routine, I would typically after church on Sabbath or maybe like Thursday or Friday evening, approaching that 1 week mark. Again, I wash my hair on Sundays, or maybe Sundays, depending. It's either going to be a Thursday, a Friday, a Saturday night, or a Sunday. I go in and I will take out, well, first I'll go in and spray water on my scalp, not water, sorry, aloe vera juice, my aloe vera juice mist on my scalp and my root, and I'll spray it on the strands of my hair. I will go in with chapter 2000, and then I'll go in with softy hair grease again, the Indian hemp one. I will go in and then I will take out my strand, my hair, and I will rebraid it. You don't need to reapply products. I already have layers of products from the first day, my wash day. I have leave-in conditioner, I have honey hydrate, I have another leave-in conditioner, I have a souffle, I have oils, I have castor oil, right? I have she's made leave-in butter, I have melanin hair care cream, I have blue magic hair grease, I have all these products there. They didn't go anywhere, they're there. So I just spray in my aloe vera juice mixture, spray it, squeeze it like that so it absorbs, and I leave my hair like that. I take it out the braids and braid it so that it looks neater and it's better and the scalp looks more put together. That's what I do. And when I take it out, I try to pull as much shed hair as possible. I think in my first video I had mentioned that when you take out your hair, you're pulling out, if you comb your hair dry, you end up like pulling out like shed hair. That's like, oh, pulling out like, I don't remember what I said, but essentially you have shed hair and breakage. Shed hair tangles out to your regular hair, and you try to get that shed hair out, and if you're not careful, you're going to end up breaking your actual healthy hair as well, essentially. But that's what I do. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything, but that's literally my hair regimen. That's all that I do. If it's a bi-monthly wash or bi-weekly wash, so like the middle of the month wash, then I am not going to do henna max. So in that situation, my hair takes me at most 4 hours to get done. But if I'm adding the henna max, because the henna max itself, I have to sit for 4 hours, then technically it's taking me 4 hours. Now when I say sit, I mean like let it sit in my hair for 4 hours. At that point, I'm still doing other things around the house. So typically it takes me 8 hours to do my hair monthly, and that's because of the henna max. And that's also because a lot of times I take my time, I do things in between. But if I didn't and I was genuinely focusing on my hair and just like washing my hair throughout, it will probably take me like 6 hours max, right? And then when I am not doing the henna max, it will probably take me at most like 3 hours, maybe 2 hours. So as long as you master your hair care regimen and your hair care routine, things will most definitely get better. But that's all that I do for my hair. That's the detail. Now that I have these details out, I've mentioned that before, I am working on a hair care regimen book PDF as well, and I'm going to work on a calendar that you can just use to just bookmark and check things off. It will be available when it's ready. I'm going to make that announcement so that people can be aware that it is an option. But right now, you can always refer to this video to guide you in your natural hair routine or in your natural hair journey. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comments. Again, the product and the things that I mentioned. Oh, the product that I will no longer be mentioned from the lineup is like the Camilla Rose like souffle. I didn't need it. But I think all the others are going to be left in there. The Naya's leave-in conditioner is great, but I already have the Camilla Rose one. It's great. Like, if I have the Camilla Rose one, or if that Camilla Rose one is not there, I'll reach out to the Naya's organics one. Is also great as well, so it's a good alternative. But yeah, so that's what I do for my hair, all those steps. And I leave my hair throughout the week. I forgot to mention, throughout the week I have my hair up in like, let me do it this way, in like this type of like tail. If I can just let it go so you can see, this is like my edges that I'm seeing that I don't have, but I have my hair like tied up with a little bow, with a little like head tie. Scrunchie is the word I'm looking for, scrunchie, at the back. Throughout the week I don't necessarily, throughout the week, I don't really do much. Like, I typically like work from home, but throughout the week, and I also go outside. I do go outside because I do research. So I do go out, and I don't necessarily care. Like in the morning when I wake up, I will put on a scarf. I will put on a headband. Excuse me to say it. Excuse me for clearing my throat, but I will put on my hair scarf on my head, and it will literally make my flyaways like lay down. Currently, I didn't wear a headscarf today because I have to go like moisturize my edges and my hair, but I typically have a headscarf on, and it helps my hair like lay down, looks like put together and neat. And then on Sabbath, I actually have an extension that I put at the back of my head. I will show a video on that as well. I have an extension, a natural hair extension that I put at the back for it to be bigger. Excuse me, I like it to be bigger at the back for church, just cause like it makes my outfit like look put together. But there are other times where I go to church like this. It just depends on my mood, but most of the time I put that natural hair extension at the back. It's very simple. It takes me at most like 2 minutes to do, or at most like 5 minutes to put it at the back, and then I go about my business. And then when it's a day before my wash day, so the Sabbath, so the following week Sabbath, I will wear my hair out. Essentially, I wash essentially in a perfect world, right? I would wash my hair the second Sunday of the month, right? So when I wash my hair the second Sunday of the month, that first Sabbath, I will go with my hair still in braids and like a little like bun at the back. And then the second week, excuse me, and then the second week, I will actually go with my hair out. I am going to show in-depth video of all of this, but I hope this is very helpful and this is very informational. When I start posting little snippets or videos of my hair wash day with the live action, everything that I said will make sense and be put together. So stay tuned on this channel. I will be posting more about God, or like my faith, my journey, or general advice about God, or even general or social psychological things that is going on in the world, or me analyzing social situations in the world, coming up on Friday. So stay tuned to that, and I'll always be posting some video or some hair care advice on Sunday as well. I'm now starting this channel, so I'm going to be as lively as possible. Yeah, if you have any questions or if you have any concerns, you can always leave a comment down below and I will respond to it, or other people would also see and give advice as well. Thank you for tuning into my channel, and I truly really appreciate everyone.